How to watch USC at Maryland. JuJu Watkins leads Trojans against undefeated Terrapins. Maryland is undefeated and off to its best start in more than a decade. USC is ranked higher and has JuJu Watkins and Kiki Ariafin. Wednesday's top 10 Big Ten matchup has no shortage of intrigue. How to watch No. 4 USC at No. 8 Maryland. Venue, Sfindi Center, College Park, Hyundai. Time, 8:30 p.m. East Wednesday. TV FS1. Streaming, Fubo, try for free. Watching in person. Get tickets on StubHub. The Terrapins are one of just 5 unbeaten teams left in Division I. They convincingly beat Purdue, Michigan State, Rutgers, and Iowa to start conference play. Kayleen Smickle is coming off her 4th career Big Ten Player of the Week designation, averaging almost 20 points across her last 4 games. She's been excellent in high usage this year, shooting 50% from the field and 46.20 on treys. Her backcourt running mate Cheyenne Sellers has cut down on turnovers and fouls in her senior season. Coach Brenda Freese's team is 4th in rebounding differential. It puts points on the board and gets to the free throw line consistently. If Maryland has a weakness thus far, it's giveaways, 16.5 in conference action, 207th in the country overall. USC will be the Terps' toughest challenge to date. The Trojans have the best defensive rating in the nation and sit 2nd in block shots. Lindsay Gottlieb coaches 2 of the best players in the game. Watkins, the transcendent playmaker who leads the conference in scoring, and Ariafin, an interior force snagging almost 5 offensive boards per outing. This duel became the 2nd set of Trojans to score 30 points in the same game, matching Lisa Leslie and Tammy Story in 1990. What USC is a balanced and formidable group with national championship aspirations. Raya Marshall is a superlative defender, averaging 3.3 stocks, steals plus blocks, and a team-best rebounding percentage. And Talia von Oelhoffen is the 4th Trojan with at least 1 full defensive win share this season. This aggressive, confident defense shrinks floors and deflates opponents. USC continues its East Coast road trip after a 50-point blowout at Rutgers on Sunday. Its one loss came against Hannah Hidalgo and Notre Dame on November 23. The Trojans lead the all-time series 5-1. Sabrina Merchant's New Year's resolution for the Trojans: take care of the ball. In quad 1 games, the turnover rate spikes to 24.8%, meaning nearly 1 turnover every 4 possessions, placing the Trojans in the 11th percentile. They had 27 turnovers in a close win over Ole Miss, 21 turnovers in a loss to Notre Dame, 22 turnovers in a road win over Oregon, and 18 turnovers in a squeaker over UConn. Against decent defenses, USC needs to be better at taking care of possessions. Merchant on Maryland. Maryland's defense has dramatically improved in recent seasons. Over the last 4 years, the Terrapins' defensive rating has ranged from the 24th percentile nationally to the 56th. This year, they're in the 93rd percentile. Their defensive rebounding has been markedly better. Despite their tallest rotation player standing 6'2", they don't play particularly aggressively on defense, but they are long, and that leads to a lot of deflections. JuJu Watkins has 4-word verdict on Caitlin Clark's Time Athlete of the Year win. One of the biggest stories in the sports world last month was Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark winning the Time Athlete of the Year award for 2024. While there wasn't much argument about Clark earning this award, some of her comments in the ensuing Time magazine feature story by Sheen Gregory about her using her privilege to elevate Black women in basketball received some backlash from select media members. However, Clark has received much more praise from the basketball community and sports media for these comments than negative feedback. The most recent person to give their opinion on Clark's award win and privilege comments are USC Trojan superstar sophomore JuJu Watkins, who is currently pursuing Clark's NCAA scoring record. Watkins was asked about Clark winning the Time Award in a January 8 article from Fox News' Jackson Thompson. "I'm all for it," Watkins said. I honestly think she deserves it. I don't think anyone has changed the trajectory of the sport so much, so I honestly think she deserves every bit of it, she added. Watkins was asked about Clark's comments about white privilege in Sean Gregory's Time article specifically and said, "It's super dope. For her to kind of bring that to light was cool." It's undeniable that Clark has brought an unprecedented amount of new fans to the sport of women's basketball. While these added eyeballs are good for the sport's growth, it also puts the athletes under a microscope and makes them susceptible to added criticism. Watkins addressed this in the Fox News article by saying, "So many new fans being in the sport sometimes can be